Hey guys, how's it going? Little bit cooler today. Still rocking like 105 or something. No, nothing like it was, but I'm going to try to get some flint knapping in here. Here's another piece that Mr. Alan Cole gave me. This is a really nice little spall. I see some kind of little weird like speckles in there, maybe like some ash, but really small and minute, so I think it's gonna just flake really nice. I don't really see too many problems with it, but let's thin it down. Let's see what we can do. Okay, that's kind of like a 90-degree there, so a lot of times those will hinge out, but I do see somebody did hit one there before, but you could see how that lip kind of came out too, so they probably had a nice angle, so I might be able to get one, but let's see what happens. Try to do a glancing blow. Whoa, just took a big old long razor blade. Okay, let's see where else I can get into this thing. Here's kind of a low-hanging platform here. I might be able to drive some of that off. Whoa, that was a ripper. Oh, did that flake break? Oh yeah, that. Oh man, that would have been one hell of a flake to make an arrowhead out of. Bummer, dude. That thing ripped all the way across there. Yeah, this stuff is flaking a lot easier than that orange stuff, the pumpkin or whatever. It's the flakes are running all the way through. Okay, see if we can get one down this ridge. Look out, buddy. No, this is sharp. Obsidian, go. I don't want you to get hurt. Go to your pool. I'll be there and we'll play. Go. Poor guy, he wants to play. Oh, it broke so weird. Why? Why did it break like that? I mean, don't understand. I mean, I still thinned it off and that was amazing to get that off. Just sometimes with the obsidian, man, I don't know why it flakes the way it does. I don't think there was an internal fracture or anything in there. Okay, man, now I got this weird high spot. Kind of peeled that off. I didn't lose too much length though, so that's good. Okay, let's raise this little corner edge. Cool. I made a platform. This is real garbage. Let's see if I can get that off. I think that's too thick right there for the antler, so I'm gonna have to do this again. So the first two strikes I hit right on the platform where I wanted to hit and it didn't release, and then I hit too low and broke that off. So now I crushed the edge a little bit. the platform's a little bit wonky. Let's see if I can do it, move it over a little bit to this side. There we go. Man, hammerstone on obsidian is tough. Just breaks kind of crazy. But man, I'm really thinning that down pretty good with the antler, so if I can keep most of this size, I might be able to really get a nice point out of this thing. And that edge didn't want to release. Alright, homies. Okay, I'm going to do a little zigzaggy and try to get some of this square edge off. That peeled some of that thickness off. That's super thin right there, so I might as well get rid of some of that. Kind of created a platform possibly for that ugly ridge right there. Let's try it. My other glasses, let me put on my other glasses. Protect my eyes a little bit better. They surround my eyeballs a little bit better. I thought of something cool yesterday or a little while before I was thinking of it. I have really good luck with this size antler getting into the little crevices where you need to hit, but there's just not enough weight and I have to swing so hard and wild that I end up breaking some of the points or I miss the platform. So like a atlatl, I thought of the other day what a banner stone is a counterbalance. You know, they drill the 2 holes in there, put the on the atlatl the banner stone on there, tie it on, and it adds some weight. Well, that's exactly what I want to do here. I ground that flat. I want to get a nice little rock, make like a little baby banner stone, put it right on top, tie it, add that weight onto my antler billet so I don't have to swing as hard, let the weight do the work. So that's kind of one of the next projects I'm going to work on and try. See if that's a good idea or not. Yeah, buddy. And just like that, that nasty ridge is gone. Look at that. That actually worked. Sweet. That is killer. Okay, let's see where else I can remove. Where's my little hammer stone? Jeez Louise, Jesse. There she blows. I like this thin little hammerstone because you can get into those tight little spots where you have a real small area you gotta get to. Just nips away at it. Starting to get a working edge there. That was cool when I got that ridge off. That was really, really nice. Got that little ripper off of there. That edge is really thin right there, so. Yes. Got that nasty stuff on. Ooh, doggies, it's coming along. Yes. Every time you do that, the thickness comes off of the edge. And whatever this stone is, it really grabs the edge nice. I'm trying to look at it. I don't know what it is. Quartz, I don't know. But man, it works really good. I have only used this for a little while. Okay, by doing that, I'm raising the platform to this side so I can try to shoot that ridge off. Yep, and now I have a little platform. Make it a little bit better. And just like that, man, it moved that thing way over. Doggies. The flake broke up, but it did exactly what I wanted. Okay. Let's raise that edge and try to take another one into there. Still hotter than hell, but at least I can concentrate, man. Some of those days where it was, you know, so hot, it was like you're just trying to finish to get out of here, man. It's so bad. See that platform, how it's way over. Let me go see what the dogs are screaming at. Jeez, frick. Okay, so this is tricky because I've got this big deep dish in here from before, and there's a high spot here, so I can barely take a little bit off there. But the trick is going to be shooting across this way. You can see that extra thickness here, and that platform is closer to there, and that platform is way down there. So I'm going to raise this edge. Get out of here, you're going to get cut. Go. So first I'm going to take one on this big ridge here, and I'm going to try to come back that way. So I took that high ridge right off of there, that came right off. And then again I'm going to go back over here, grind that, and take one into that. Whoa, that's a strange flake for antler. I did get a bunch of that thickness off, but it's just an awkward, kind of awkward flake, and then I did lose a little bit of the length, but not too bad. So let's do another one here. Just keep it going. Super nice platform there now. The videos take longer, and it's kind of trying to just take my time a little bit more lately and think about things a little better before I do it. And I got my indirect stick, Abo indirect stick with an antler. I'll show that here in a second, and I'm going to do some flakes with that. But while the percussion is going so good, I'm just going to keep going till I get to that point. Boy, that sure sounded good. Yeah, that was a good little flake. One more here. Was trying not to lose too much length, so just took a little razor blade off. Let's get one from this side. And it's amazing how sharp this obsidian is when it's the real glassy kind like this. I'm not used to that. The Arizona obsidian is more like a dacite, so like I can flint knap without even gloves and stuff. I mean, I have cut myself, but this stuff right here is brutal. It is razor, razor, razor sharp. It's getting some decent convexity to it. Okay, there's a real low spot here. There she goes, just like that. All that crusty mess is gone off of there. Man, flaking this good quality stuff is just a whole nother, you're just in a whole nother dimension. I mean, man, I just love it. It's so different from what I'm used to flaking. Let's try to hit that ridge. Another really nice flake. Oh, yes. That flake broke, but that sure was nice. Okay, let's watch the symmetry on this thing. Don't let it get out of hand. Sometimes when the antler doesn't want to flake it like that, just a little small nick with the hammerstone, it has more energy. It can just shoot it off without shocking the whole piece. So sometimes I like to come back with this. Just do edge touch up. There's a high spot here. See that platform? I want to try to drive that ridge off. Let's go down a little bit of an angle. Just like that, she's gone. It shattered and broke, but it did it. Alright, this biface is really coming along. I've got a thick high spot here. let's work on this square edge. Just like that, man. That square edge is gone. Now that's really thin right there. This obsidian's such good quality you can flake even with just the abrader sometimes accidentally swiping down. I've got this big lump right there. Let's see if I can catch it right there. Look at that. Little chunk. That is not a good platform edge to hit. It's way too thick. I can probably take one more down right here. Yep. And just like that, that square edge is gone. Don't want to call it, but this thing is getting round like a Clovis. Oops, that took a funny little chunk out of there. We can take this one out. Ah, that broke. This didn't flake right for some reason. Most of the flakes have been going really well. The high spot here. That tips going off to one side a little bit. indirect stage, I think. Ooh. See how crazy that broke? It kind of collapsed in there. Sometimes when it does that, it breaks the point, so that's going to have to be reworked before that's hit again. That could very easily break. Dang it. I kind of thought it might have been an indirect stage already too. Let's try to fix that. Sorry about the vacuum, man. Neighbors are going to town. So here's my indirect stick. It's super long. I coned out the center of that so that I can swap tips. I've only made one so far, but I want to be able to put smaller ones, bigger ones, different size. It's not fitting on that tight when I ram it on, so I'm gonna have to work on that a little bit, but I want to see if I can get a couple flakes off of it. So just under the leg like that, put some pressure on it. So just under the leg like that, put some pressure on it, kind of have it secured in there, and then I'll use it on this side. This is the first time trying this with Abo indirect, so wish me luck. A pretty decent little flake. Whoa, I took a big flake. It kind of crunched up there in the middle. Oh, there it goes, it's coming off. Wow, that was cool. Let's get one down here on that. Am I in focus? Oh, bro. Not even in focus. Gotta work on my camera skills. And fired across through there, nice. Yeah, Abo indirect takes some pretty nice flakes, just like direct. So build up a platform and try one there. Won't be able to hit it that hard after that because risk breaking it, but it's a whole nother ball game, guys. Very different from my copper indirect stick. But it still works, and I don't have to worry about a missed strike. Let me fix that edge again. Real thin, and a lot of the edge is just going to crush if I try to do it again. Probably over grinding, but I really don't want those platforms to collapse. Well, they're shooting in, but kind of like dishing out a little bit, like going in too deep almost. So it's definitely thinning it down, but man, that's not good. Maybe I'm hitting too hard. Gotta do a lighter one. Yeah, see, that sucker fanned right out. That was a good light. That's what it was. I was hitting it too hard with the antler. Okay, let's build this platform and try to shoot one off and get that big old steppy out from this side. Oh, this is cool. This is interesting. I got this idea from New Age Neanderthal, so I want to thank him. He had some really cool videos doing the Clovis fluting and stuff with a rig, with a jig like this. So yeah, I wanted to try it. So big thanks to him. He's an awesome napper with traditional tools. Platform's kind of thin there. Hope it collapsed. Darn it, Beavis. That worked great, but it took a little bite out of it. But I did need to build that up so I can shoot one in there. Boy, I tell you what, man, this indirect with antler is going to take some practice. It's a trip. Then you take a beautiful flake like that and go, well, maybe it's not that bad. Look at that shit. Wow. Oh, nice. Here, when I take one off here, I got to be real careful not to overshot the other side, because man, that happens on this obsidian. Yes, baby tap. That's all you got to do, baby tap. Baby tap. Hell yeah! That's what I'm talking about. Here's my little rock. Man, I really got to get that chunk off of there. This is make or break for this piece. Yeah, and I think here, and I can probably get it. What do you know? Sheesh. That's amazing. The hingy is gone. There's maybe just a tiny bit here that I can get from there. Wow, that's cool. Can probably hit that with pressure. Probably not even worth trying to. Little peeler again. Thing's getting thin, man. That's so cool to see that you really can thin a point like that with indirect. With this fragile obsidian, me continuing direct percussion, I mean, I could get it this thin, but probably 50% chance of breaking it. I still have to get this hingy off right here. It's gonna be tough. Now with all those beautiful flakes here, I got a little bit of high spot here, but that'll easily come off with pressure, so I'm going to leave that alone. Now, it'll fix that platform there. We can take a swipe at this high spot here. Yep, got some of it off. Man, I still have that weird little section. I'm gonna have to get it from that angle. Yep, I felt that flake, but it just didn't release, and there you go. So there's that. So I can get this little spot off right here, man. I'm done. I'll be done with the percussion phase. It's just thin. Lucky for me, I can taper in that base like a Clovis, lose some of the width so I can get that off. Now that platform looks a little better. And there you go. Crunchy is gone. One little tiny high spot there. There's a tiny bit in there, but I think it's going to come out. Okay, let's grind that, take that off, and then I think we're home free. Ooh, that dove kind of weird right there, man. I was lucky. See that weird little funky spot right there? But it worked. Ooh. Man, that's close to breaking. It kind of dove in right there. But I got it, man. Couple more little thinning flakes here and we can call it a day, man. In the Clovis, the base needs to be narrower, and then it kind of goes out and comes back in. Okay. Fix that high spot. Let's get this little thing out of there. Like I said, sometimes it's just easier to blast those little weird spots off with the... Man, that kind of dished out there a little bit. I don't know about Clovis on that side now. I'd have to remove a little bit more on this side and build some convexity, but I think I can do that with pressure flake. Yeah. Okay, light strikes here. Nothing crazy. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 little flakes. Just totally cleaned up that side. So we're going to flick a little one from the base here, and then I think I'm going to call it a day for now, and I'll have to finish the rest tomorrow. Alright, end shock is scary, so let's be careful here. Yep. Okay, I was able to shoot some of that off. Oh good, some more of that mess came off. Peeler. One more peeler. God, it amazes me the precision of the indirect. Even on obsidian, that stayed intact. It just blows me away. Probably won't be able to get a flute on that side as that dip's too low, but I'm still going to keep at it tomorrow when I do the pressure flake and see if there's anything I can do. Flake of the day, wish me luck. I did it. Sweetness. Alright guys, there's the biface. All abo, all horn, antler, no copper. And then I'm going to do the same series exactly with all my new modern tools too. But I'm pretty proud of that. Tomorrow I'll finish pressure flake and then we'll try to run a flute in it.